I want to first discuss. I'm going to say this without. Well, there's no way that I can say it without it coming across weird because the story itself is weird. But I can at least set the scene up. We did a show this week. I believe it was a show on this week, so the week of ending rather on the 9th. And it may have been the end of last week. Can't really remember. But we did a show talking about, I can't remember which kind of media platform it was. Can't remember if Watch the Post, Watch the Time. I can't remember who exactly it was. Published this person's post who they identify themselves as some weird thing. I think they were trans, but how they defined their two kids, or it was like a gender something woman that was married to a trans person that had two kids that were, I forget the term that they used. But what we did in that, the angle that we took on that video was really discussing how the slippery slope is no longer a slippery slope. They called it a fallacy back then. Even people that were more so on the fence on it or just were more nonchalant about it. But they didn't think that it was be an issue. They recognized that we've passed that point. And that point was, okay, that this community is not targeting kids. Right? You hear it's the bigoted Christians, the right wingers, they're the ones that say that it's never going to happen. That's not what this is. They just want to get married and that's it. And then whether you feel like it got hijacked, whether you feel like that was the ultimate goal, I don't even care to dispute that. The fact of the matter is that objectively speaking, they are absolutely targeting your kids. The way of the public education system, the person that we were talking about in that video or segment was a person that said they wanted their kids to go to these pride parades so they can see basically guys showing off their kinks. That's what I'm not even making that up. It's, if you haven't seen that video or you haven't seen that segment of us covering that actual post, or rather, I can't remember through what platform it was published through. It was one of those. And she just flat out said it like, absolutely, that's what I want to do. I want to expose them to these kinks at this young age. So it was just a slippery slope. Fallacy. It's not a fallacy anymore. We're already down at the end of the damn slope because they're being pretty open fucking about what it is their intentions are. Now, why that is, again, is going to be an argument for maybe another discussion. But we have another example of this here. And what happened here is that this San Francisco, if you're watching this live, you can see the article. Dave covered this. Dave Urbanski, of Blaze Media covered this as well. And I don't know if it was Dave that covered it earlier in the week when they initially did the video. And what this was San Francisco, just what it says, San Francisco's Gay Men's Choir. And what this Gay Men's Choir was singing, they explicitly said in the lyrics, "We'll convert your children. We're coming for your children," numerous times. Now, they tried to do it in this like tongue-in-cheek kind of way, or you think that it is. It's like, yeah, we are coming for your kids. We just want them to be more accepting, unlike you, blah, blah, blah. And some of the full course actually reads just like this. We're coming for them. We're coming for your children. We're coming for them. We're coming for them. We're coming for your children, for your children. And so basically, yeah, that's what they said. And that was kind of They said that it was more satirical. Again, it was more of, it's a tongue-in-cheek because we're not saying it, about converting them like to our agenda. It's more, which they are, but it's more of, well, we want to make sure that they are more accepting of this lifestyle, unlike you, is more so how they were trying to put it. So they were doubling down on it. Like, yeah, we are coming from your children. They're acknowledging it. Now, the post in itself was taken down. And, of course, they pulled the card of, well, we're receiving threats, violence, and all of this other stuff. The San Francisco Gay Men's Choir issued a statement, and this is what some of what the statement says. The far-right conservative media, here we go, found our message video and have taken it as their cause. This has all happened in the last 24 hours and it continues to pick up steam. They have taken the lyrics out of context to support a narrative that suits their intolerant, hateful needs. No, I don't see anybody saying that. It was more of just acknowledging what you said. And it says right here, it was obvious in a tongue-in-cheek humor is lost in meaning. That's what I said. Like that's basically what it was that they were doing. They were trying to say that, well, it's not. They were saying, yeah, we're coming for your kids, but in a different way than what you guys necessarily meant it to be. But they were just using it as, yeah, we are coming for your kids. And, of course, that wasn't going to sit well with a lot of people. As a result, we have seen the user comments on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram have become increasingly alarming. Emails to individuals and course officers are vitriolic, including threats of harm. We feel the first action we must take to keep everyone involved with the course and making of this video safe is to turn the video into to private. That's why you cannot see the original video anymore. We are communicating with law enforcement both locally and nationally. We will not be threatened, and we will follow legal steps to act on those threats. It's funny that that's the angle that they're taking. We will always accept others who, what the fuck was that? We will always accept others who may hold different values, but when violence is their choice of expression, since 1969, we have not backed down after decades of children being indoctrinated and taught intolerance. That's the indoctrination right there. Intolerance for anyone who is other, from using the Bible as a weapon to being role models, teaching and spreading the message of love. That's what all this is about. Our second action is to work to control the narrative. The video is being illegally copied and placed on YouTube, Instagram, and other websites. Others have the right to follow fair use laws, but that's not what's happening here. So basically, the guys they took the video down, the San Francisco Gay Men's Choir. And while I will say that, yeah, I even recognize that it was a tongue-in-cheek. It may have been in poor taste, and I'm not going to clutch my pearls at that at all. What I will say is that you fucked up, because what you were trying to attempt to do, I know that. I think a lot of other people know that. But in doing so, you actually reaffirmed and actually confirmed what it is that your attempts were as a community. And that was a mistake. See, the problem with what a lot of people saw, and it's not every individual member of LGBTQ plus community, it's more at large. Now, again, if you feel it was hijacked or not, whatever, it's an irrelevant point, because a lot of there are people that are maybe gay, lesbian, that look at this community as they don't even go to pride parades and stuff like that because of this. And it has become more and more inclusive, and some of the things they're including are very, very raunchy. But the issue is that you confirmed that you were targeting kids, at least in some way. Maybe not in a way that you think they thought that you were doing, but the problem is that you didn't keep it about consenting adults, which is what you should have done. That was a bad tactic anyway, but that's what you should have done. You don't, like, people would have less of a problem with this issue if that's what you did. That's not to say that there aren't folks that are going to feel some kind of way about you. People feel some kind of way about everybody for various different reasons. Doesn't matter. It's not anything exclusive to sexuality. But when you, and again, it's not even like they're acknowledging the kink stuff that should not ever be involving kids ever, which again, a lot of people are starting to associate that because that's what it is. Like, you see these pride parades, man, they got these motherfuckers bojangling and jiggling and gyrating and thongs and shit, and y'all got fucking children there. You know what I mean? And that's not, of course, when you consider what people said would happen, they're going to take issue with that, bro. But your problem is, and this is what maybe y'all will never concede, and that's not my problem personally, but you should have kept the fucking kids out of it. That's what you should have did. Because now what you do effectively is prove the slippery slope, at least in a minimum, some kind of way, was true. Now, are some people trying to, like with the kink stuff, you'd make an argument that they are participating in like this kind of grooming thing. And I wouldn't necessarily disagree with that. But in some way, there's a target of children with issues that should be completely removed from that. Like they shouldn't even be involved. It shouldn't be even in some kind of way. This should have been something between consenting adults, and that's where the buck stopped. But you didn't make it about that. Now you have this community actively targeting children. Like literally, as in like not just through that, but you see the vast amounts of stuff that is coming out of more of the Nickelodeons of the world. They got fucking drag queens at pride parades on Nickelodeon, Blue's Clues and stuff like that. Like, again, the slope ain't slippery no more, bro. We're already at the bottom of the motherfucker. We're already there. And it didn't even take that long, believe it or not. We're already there. We're there, objectively speaking. Now, really, if there's any argument to be had, the argument is between the folks that say you shouldn't have been anywhere near the kids and y'all thinking that they should be embracing that. And of course, they're always worded in a way that they are the ones that are the victims. Always. So it's the hatred, it's the right wing, it's the bigoted conservatives that don't want to embrace the LGBT and the LGBTQ plus LMNOP. Like youth, they have nerve to say LGBT youth. Like, oh my God, it's like, what the fuck, man? You should have kept the kids out of this, but you didn't. And now the consequences are as such. Not saying that you should be, or will be rather, attacked physically, have aggression used upon you. That's not what it is that we're talking about. We're talking about the simple fact that y'all have to eat y'all's words about those evil white right-wing supremacists who said that this shit would lead to where we're at now. Didn't take that long. We're where we're at now. You should have left the kids out of it. Leave the kids out of it. And there's never too late to, stop with this bullshit. You just watched a clip from my podcast, For Canon's Sake. Catch us live at 12 p.m. throughout the week over at youtube.com/YoungRipper59 and follow us over at odyssey.com/@YoungRipper59. If you want to watch the entire video cast after the show is over, just be sure to become a member on the YouTube channel. Of course, the full audio portion of the podcast is available for free on all major digital platforms, or just visit forcanonsake.com.